Ooh. I will not wear this. I do not like this just because it is so small. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Chiquel YouTube channel. My name is Amanda and today we're gonna be unboxing 3 different pixie cuts by Ellen Wille. Very exciting stuff. They're actually ones that I haven't truly really tried before. So you're gonna get my very first thoughts on them, which is just so exciting, I know. Now, before I get into it, I'm gonna remind you to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel where you can learn even more about alternative hair. Okay, so like I said, I have 3 brand new in the box pixie wigs by Ellen Wille, and they're all in 3 different colors as well. So we do have Tab, we have Spring High, and we have Foxy, but we have the small version of Foxy. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at just the first one on top here, which is Spring High. Now, I know when I unbox things, not everyone enjoys listening to the tissue and the rummaging around that I do. So I'm gonna fast forward that, turn the volume down so that you don't need to really listen to that, and then I will get into it. All right, so here we have Spring High. Now, for the ones I'm showing you today, I'm not gonna give you a full-blown review. I'm just gonna kind of give you a quick rundown of them and do a little bit of a show and tell for you. So this is in the color Salt and Pepper Mix. What you're gonna see here is there's gonna be some light brown in here with a mixture of about 75% gray. There's also gonna be more of a medium brown, but with about 70% gray mixed in. And then there's gonna be a blend, of course, of pure white in here. So it is very salt and peppery look. However, you're gonna notice that more at the nape and at the back, there seems to be less white than there is on the top and at the front here. So just keep that in mind for this style and this color. Let me give you a quick look at the cap here. So we do essentially have a basic cap, which means that it is machine made, machine sewn. There's not really any hand-tied components. However, on the front of this, you are going to find a lace front that is extended into your ear tabs, which is always nice. I love having lace fronts on pixie cuts. We also have this teeny tiny monofilament crown. Sometimes I wonder why they even do these, just because it is so small. But we'll put it on and take a look and see if it's even something that's noticeable, or if we could even do without it. Like, I don't know what the point is, it's so tiny. And then we do have open wefting throughout, nice and stretchy. We do have some velvet ear tabs, nice and soft. And then we have an extended velvet nape with your Velcro adjusters. So Spring High, let's take a look at what she is on. Now this is straight out of the box, remember? There's been nothing done to it. She's looking a little bit crazy on top, isn't she? She's looking quite poofy. Okay, so the poofiness here, there is a little bit of permatease, but also know that sometimes wigs will come right out of the box, not necessarily looking the way that you want them to. Like if I were to have this wig, I wouldn't necessarily want to look like this right away. I would take my time by using the warmth from my hands, trying to pat her down, get her into more of a position that works for me. I feel like a lot of ladies get their wigs, they put it on, and immediately they're like, no, absolutely not. I will not wear this. I do not like this. It is going back. But also, a lot of women don't take the time to work with it. I know there's sort of that tricky line between like, what can you do to this wig before you decide you want to return it, right? Like there's not a lot you can do, but what you can do is at least try to flatten her out, give her a little bit of taming without product, of course, and just try to maneuver her in a way that might work for you. So already just by using the heat from my hands and trying to flatten her out, she's looking less crazy and I'm liking her much better. Now remember, this is a basic cap, so we do have that permatease top here, which is not gonna give you the illusion of scalp at any part line here, but honestly for this particular piece, I don't think you necessarily even need a part line. It can be a little bit of a messy look on top so that it's more of like a tussled top instead of getting that distinct part line. All right, and remember I said this has a lace front, so let's take a quick look at this lace front. Here it is. It is definitely speckled with, you know, the white and then the gray and the white and the gray. So it isn't just one stripe of white in front. We do have it nice and speckled there. Now, is the lace front absolutely necessary on this piece? I don't think so, especially because we have some of these bangs here. However, like I mentioned, it is always nice to have a lace front on a pixie cut, just in case the wind blows it up a little bit, or it even allows you to style it a little bit off of your face if you want. Pixies are always great to put product in, just because in so many pixies, especially Ellen Wille's, I love Ellen Wille's pixies, there's a lot of texture and layers in them, and putting that product in them really helps to bring that out and make it a little bit more of a funky cut for you. So adding product to this will do that, and it can help you bring it off of your face if that's what you want to do as well. However, for me, I think this is one that I would love to have these bangs come forward. All right, now let me quickly just show you that teeny tiny little monofilament crown that we do have on this one. I'm just trying to feel for it, it's so small, but it's kind of where all the hair just like comes out of. Yeah, one tiny spot there. So it's like an extra little hint of realism. Okay, let me give you a quick spin so we can see this whole piece. Now, before I take Spring High off and move to the next one, I will let you know that she does fit a little bit smaller than average. So if you are a petite average, this one is gonna work perfectly for you. This fits very true to what a lot of Ellen Wille wigs are known to fit like. All right, I'm gonna take her off now and show you what tab looks like. All right, here is tab, and I do have this in the color Espresso mix. So this one is a dark brown, but it is a little bit of a warmer dark brown. Just know that this is a mixture of the color 6, which is sort of a medium brown, the color 4, which is a dark brown, and the color 2, which is a darkest brown. So it is a nice mixture of all of those, but there is a touch of warmth in it. Let me show you the cap on tab, because honestly, this is the exact same the exact same cap as Spring High is. So we are gonna have that basic cap going on with the permatease top, open wefting throughout, but we do have that extra bit of realism at the front with your extended lace front. And then again, your teeny tiny little monofilament crown right here. But then we also have our velvet ear tabs and our velvet extended nape with Velcro adjusters. So this cap is quite literally identical to Spring High. Let me put this on for you so we can take a look. And I will let you know that this is also fitting pretty identical to Spring High. So it's a little bit smaller than average. All right, so this does have a bang on it as well. We can bring that forward. But let me show you this lace front here in case the wind blows. It's there for you, or in case you want to style it up. Ooh. I think I prefer to keep it down though. But here's what the bangs look like if they're sort of brushed to the side a little bit. I think on me though, whenever I try pixies, I prefer to have a little bit of a bang. So now again, for the lace front, not necessary, but nice to have. Now you will notice that on this style, it is very layered. There's lots of layers and textures happening, but within each layer, all the fibers are a little bit like curled. It's not a curly wig, but they have some curve and structure to them, which gives it a little bit more volume, I find. And just note that, of course, this is a permatease top, so we do have quite a bit of permatease on the top that you can get into, create a little bit more volume if you want to. Or she can come down and be a little bit more relaxed if need be as well. Okay, let me spin and show you the whole thing. Now, after wearing this cap for a few minutes, I will note that I do find this lace to be a little bit scratchy, and the cap in general just doesn't feel as comfortable as many other Ellen Wille caps that I've tried in the past. So just to note, I don't know if it's just this one or if it's standard for tab in general, but it just does not feel as comfortable. Now, it's not uncomfortable, but it is something that I am aware of, I guess I should say, whereas usually when I put wigs on, I'm often not even aware they're on my head anymore, but this one, I feel it. Okay, last but not least, we are gonna take a quick peek at Foxy, but remember this one is the petite version. All right, here she is. Now, like I said, this is the petite version. However, the average version is gonna look, of course, very similar to this. It's the exact same style. The only difference is that the cap is a little bit smaller. But let's take a look at the caps since we are here. This is gonna be another basic cap, but we do have an extended lace front here just for an extra bit of realism. On this one though, there is not the monofilament crown. This one is just a standard permatease top, and we do have open wefting throughout, velvet ear tabs, velvet extended nape, and Velcro adjusters. So let's go ahead and put on Foxy Petite. Okay, right away, just by putting this on, I already can tell that this one has a lot more hair than the other two I just showed. There's also a bit more permatease in this, which is gonna give it this volume that you are clearly seeing here on the screen. I feel like this is one that's going to be harder to make look more minimal and more flat to your head. You can tone it down a bit. However, I feel like throughout the day, what it's gonna do is just gonna slowly like start to creep up and become a little bit more voluminous as the day goes on. This just generally does not feel like a light density piece, and there is quite a bit of permatease in this. Now let me show you the lace front here. Now, like I mentioned on the other two, lace fronts on Pixies are so nice to have. However, they're not absolutely necessary, especially if you have a bang. So here she is with the bangs in front, and then you could sort of brush it to the side. Using a little bit of product to help it stay there would definitely be helpful. Or you could, if you want them to stay to the side, using something like a steamer to train the fibers to go the way you want them to will help as well. But for me, again, I'm gonna keep them all to the front. All right, let me spin so you can see the whole thing. I am noticing that on this wig, there is a lot of hair at the ear tabs. So you are going to get some really heavy sideburns going on here. They are not that tuckable, like they're not really gonna tuck behind your ears. So lots of hair at the front here. If you really like that full coverage look, then this is a really great option. Now I will mention that my head circumference is 20.5 inches. My front to nape is 11.5 inches, and my ear to ear is also 11.5 inches. And this petite version of Foxy fits me like a glove. It is just hugging my head so nicely. This is like my ideal fit. Whereas the other two, although they fit a little bit smaller than average, there was a little bit of extra room in the cap there. This one, no room at all. It's just like, now, if you guys are pixie lovers, hopefully this was helpful in showing you guys a few more options that exist out there for you to try. I know that seeing an image on a website is so different than actually watching somebody put it on and show you the ins and outs. Now, if any of these are options that you're interested in, then make sure you go check them out on our website at chiquel.com, chiquel.ca if you're in Canada, or chiquel.com.au if you're in Australia. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.